Okay, so today I'm in Beverly Hills, and not Beverly Hills as you may know it in the state of California, zip code 90210, but rather what we like to refer to as the Beverly Hills of Maryland, which is the city of Potomac, zip code 20854, which is undoubtedly the most opulent and prestigious zip code in the great state of Maryland. Now, in Potomac, you've got estates ranging from $1 million to $2 to $3 million, all the way up to $10-20 million estates. Today, we're going to be checking out this estate, which is on the lower end of that multi-million dollar price spectrum. Now, Potomac, Maryland does have several different neighborhoods. So to be specific, we're in the Potomac Falls neighborhood in Potomac, Maryland. We have easy access to DC through River Road. We have easy access to Virginia through 495. And you have all your day-to-day necessities and amenities about a mile away from this property. You've got the Potomac Place Shopping Center. You've got the shops at Potomac Village. We're also about a mile and a half from the Potomac Golf Course. So we're not just surrounded by multi-million dollar estates, but you have everything that you need roughly within a mile to a mile and a half of this property. Now, as far as this home goes, let's talk about it. We are looking at a 4-bedroom house, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath home that sits on a 2.25 acre lot, and the home itself is about 7,800 square feet. Now, because of the sheer range of properties that you find in Potomac, like I mentioned, these homes range from $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, $15 million, $20 million. It might be a little tricky to guess what the price of this home is going to be. Of course, I know what that is, but I'm going to test your knowledge to see how well you know Potomac, Maryland real estate, and eventually I'll reveal the price at the end. But if you think you know what the price of this home is based on everything that I mentioned, the features, this 2.25 acre lot, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, if you can guess that accurately, put that down below in the comments and let's see. But without further ado, let's take a look at this home. So let me walk all the way to the entry. So we've got this gate that goes all around the perimeter of the property, right? And right here we have our security call box for secured access. Okay, so we've got this driveway and you have parking everywhere. This is like the perfect house for hosting, right? Family events, business and corporate events, because you have ample parking. The home also has a 2-car garage, forgot to mention that. And you've got this, parking circle right here. So this is our home. It's a unique layout. It doesn't look that big on the outside, but when we go inside, you're gonna see the sheer size of this home. Now, it's not humongous. It's about 7,800 square feet. So definitely not your average size home, but at the same time, it's not an overwhelming amount of space. So look at all this acreage we have, right? So the property, so we kind of have this, front facade, and then you have these 2 wings that extend on the left and right side of the property. So before we head inside, let me just give you a tour of the exterior. All right. So we've got our landscaping, as you can see, the right wing of the property. Two-car garage right here. And we've got a generator for any unfortunate power outages. So this is all the acreage we're working with. I'll show you the rest when we actually go into the property. I love the sconces on the exterior of the property. Okay, so the roof's looking good. Okay, all brick. Welcome home. Okay, so we've got a lot to look at here. So let's start off with this front area. We've got this brass light fixture right as we walk in, and that's pretty much the theme for a lot of the light fixtures in this home. They've got this, they went with the brass color. So we have a dining room right here upon entry, original hardwood floors, or real wood floors, I should say, because these aren't original to when the home was built. Okay, nice large pocket windows gives you a view of the entire front of the property. To the left is where we have, the sitting area with the fireplace. And as you know, fireplaces do offer both function and character to a lot of homes. As you can see, they've got the crown molding all around. We've got another large pocket window right here. Gives us that nice view and also brings a lot of light into the home. Okay, so let's head this way. Before we go in here, do want to point out we have a powder room. On our main level. As you can see, all of the fixtures are this brass color. We've got the handle right there is brass. We've got the toilet paper holder and the trim along the mirror. And I kind of like this olive green. That they chose to go with. Okay, let's check out our living room. And if the layout of this home is a bit tricky, as I, progress with this tour, you'll get a hang of it. Just bear with me, because it was a bit tricky to me when I walked in for the first time. So let me go over that again. That's the front door, living area, and then you walk right into your living room. And of course you have the dining on the other side. And we've got this brick. You usually see these a lot on the wall of the staircase, right? In a lot of homes. You don't really see them like on the actual wall on a main level, which is not bad. Okay, again, we have fireplace, gas fireplace, and look at the amount of light that comes into this space. So from our living room, we transition into our kitchen, and boy, is this a kitchen. Check out this island. This sits at, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can have 2 more stools on the ends. Great space for hosting. And in the corner here, we've got our secondary dining room. By the way, can't forget to mention that we've got storage cabinets beneath the islands. Just can't get access to those because we have the stools in front of them. Now, storage space is definitely not lacking in this kitchen. We've got all these drawers, for dishes. And we've got some more over here, right? So we've got two-tone on the left side. We've got sort of this off-white color, and over here we've got, is this gray? Can't really tell. What do you think this is? Is this some sort of gray or a darker shade of navy blue? I think it's probably the latter. It's probably some sort of navy blue shade. Of course, we've got the paneled dishwasher, so it blends in undermount sink. Nice vented hood. And yeah, I love that they put these large pocket windows to bring in, you know, a lot of light. You don't have that much of a view from here, but you do have an amazing view of the yard from this angle. All right. Okay. Now over here, we've got this prep area or coffee bar with more storage space, which actually goes all the way up to the ceiling. Refrigerator and freezer, which are of course paneled to match the aesthetic of the cabinets. Double oven right there. Okay. Now we've got, and I hope you're still following me here, okay? So this is, again, living room, just so you get the flow. And as I walk around here, this takes us to the butler's pantry, which is right off the first dining room that we looked at, right? So let's check out the butler's pantry. Okay, a lovely prep area with some additional space. We've got the tile, wine cooler, and of course, we've got our walk-in pantry. Okay, what else do we have? So let me walk this way, because I have to ensure I show every single nook and cranny of this home. To the left of the dining, okay, this is going to be a laundry area. I see the laundry hookups right there. Wash basin. Of course, they have the area to towel it off. We've got an office, which I think the location of this office this was smart, right? So it's sort of tucked away from the kitchen and the living room, just to prevent any sort of distractions. And you also have, you know, your window so you can still keep abreast of what's going on the property. We've got the see-through door right there. And to the right is actually, this is where you would actually come in. So the front entry is mostly for guests, but this is where the owners would gain access to the property, of course, through the garage. That door just leads us outside. And yeah, so this would be mudroom, or landing area rather, coat closet, another coat closet, storage. Okay. So, really hope you're not confused by the layout, but let's progress. Let's head over to one of my favorite parts of this property. Which is our screened-in porch, a third fireplace, and we've got this beautiful, aesthetically pleasing stone wall. All right. We've got the fan for those hot summer days, and let's take a look at this yard, because we're not done yet. Okay, this would be sort of your grilling area while everyone, kids play around and family members or friends or associates could just, do their thing, be social. And just thinking about it, right? You could actually install a pool right here on this piece of flat land we've got here, all right? Because you wouldn't really be losing much. You've got over 2 acres to work with here. So you still got ample acreage, which takes you all the way around to the front of the property. Look at that, look at the trees. And we've got some additional landscaping going on right here. Okay, we've got some rocks and so the neighbors, I don't know if you could see, let me zoom this in. Interesting. So the neighbors actually have a tennis court on their property. So just to give you ideas. So yeah, this could be a pool, it could be a tennis court, it could be a pickleball court, it could be a volleyball, I mean, whatever you want to make of it. So let's head back inside. Oh, this way. Almost got lost there. Okay, make sure I lock this door because we don't want anyone coming in and taking any vacations because this house will tempt you. Okay. All right, now, one thing I forgot to mention is this property has the main bedroom on the first level. This is a 3-level home, so we've still got a lot more to go. So I'm gonna leave the main bedroom for last. Let's check out the basement first. But before we do that, if you don't know who I am, if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Bashir, and I assist individuals and families with buying and selling homes in the DC capital region, Maryland and Virginia included. So if you have any plans of buying a home anytime soon, and you want to work with a professional who understands the different towns, cities, and neighborhoods, and also has a good grasp of the current marketplace, you could always feel free to reach out to me. All my contact details are down below in the description. Look forward to helping you find your next home or sell your current home. Let's get back to the tour. So we're going to be looking at the basement. Now, let me just point out that door is actually the main bedroom. So this entire wing of the property is the main bedroom. So let's check out the basement first. Let's head down. Okay, so here we have a gym or yoga studio. And this was actually built with that in mind. As you can see here, they have I'm not sure what the term is for this, but it's basically when you go into any commercial gym, you're gonna see these padded floors, right? So, and I can smell the rubber also. I'm not sure if there's a material rubber. Whatever the material is, I can smell it. I know what a gym floor smells like. Okay, so closet. And good thing we have a window right there because if you're going to be down here working out, it's going to get quite humid and you might want to open that window if the weather permits. Sump pump. Perfect. We've got a full bathroom over here. Shower. Okay. What do we have here? Okay, just some basement storage. Nothing too exciting.
Okay, this is our utility room. We got the water heater. This could also be some good storage space. Okay, HVAC, and I'm not sure what this area would be. What do we make of this? Do we just assume this is, just the hallway to get to the other wing of the basement? Because we're not done yet. This is a pretty huge basement. Okay, water meter. This is a pretty huge basement. So I'm assuming that's just gonna be dead space. That's just the hallway. And so is this. So this takes us into our recreational area, right? This basement has to be at least 2,000 square feet. This is a huge basement. All right, so yeah, this, you can make this into a rec room. We've got the wine cooler, we've got the island over here, or the counter rather. And we've got a sump pump, yeah, so that's the third sump pump down here. And with a basement this size of at least 2,000 square feet, you're gonna need multiple sump pumps in case of, any water problems. Yep, there we go. That's the third one. So, let's take a look at the third level before we come down and wrap things up with the owner suite. So on this level, we have 3 bedrooms and a full bath. Okay, closet. That's just attic space right there. Okay, so we have 2 bathrooms actually, because this bedroom has its own bathroom, and it also has 2 closets. Okay, so I'm assuming all the bedrooms have this attic space right here, so I wouldn't see any reason to have this open, because this is most likely going to be, a kid's bedroom. So I would definitely lock that and store those keys away, because you know how it is with kids. They get very curious, and I'm speaking from experience. I remember as a child, both in my prepubescent and teenage years, I don't know what it was. I just went through my mom's stuff, just out of curiosity. So, pretty sure the kids are going to be going through that attic space and, doing their thing. And, what's funny, I actually had, a couple years ago, I had one of my younger cousins who was staying with me. At the time he was, I think, 15 or 16. And he went through my stuff, which, I don't mind. It was just funny that the same thing I was doing to my mom, a younger generation ended up doing to me. So, but I think it's healthy. Kids have to be naturally curious. So I think it's a healthy thing. Let them be curious, but not to their own detriment. Okay, let's head down and take a look at the main bedroom, which is on the main level, which I actually don't mind. So here we go. Get a look at this, one last look at this, and okay. So as we walk into this space, we have a closet right here at the entry. And then we've also got this, I guess, lounge area. This could be a work area. It could be a mini living room, right? And the, sleeping area is right there. So yeah, I think this is a good idea because you have your own private entertaining space if you didn't want to be out in the living room, or if you didn't want to disturb your spouse, you can come out here, relax, watch TV, do your thing. We've also got this window, so you also get a view of the partial view of the yard. Okay, and this is closet. We'll check that out in a second. And this is the bedroom. Of course, we've got a door, right? To block out any noise, or if you just want some privacy from your spouse. Okay, we've got windows. Get the view of that yard. And okay, so that's the door that leads to the closet. So we have not one, but two closets, two walk-in closets. Of course, we've got the custom built-ins. We've got some drawers, window, and I like that they have a mirror in here, right? So you don't have to put your clothes on and then, go to your bedroom to look at look at how you look. They've got the mirror right there. And this area is just going to be a prep area, right? Yeah, so I guess they give you some sort of idea of how you can use the space. This could be like a makeup station area or whatever you deem necessary. Okay, bathroom. I mean, geez, this entire area, the bathroom in combination with this prep area and the other walk-in closet. I mean, I'm going to exclude that walk-in closet. This area in combination with the bathroom is probably the size. You know what? I think just the bathroom, let's exclude this. This entire bathroom is probably the size of the first ever studio apartment that I lived in DC back in the day. That's how huge this bathroom is. So we've got the double vanity, we've got soak-in tub. I wonder what's the cutoff height for this thing? I mean, do you have to be 6'5" or less? Always curious. And of course, we've got this window for natural light. You also get a view, if you want to take a bath, poke your head out the window, see what's going on. And can't forget to mention, we have heated floors, right? So this is the control panel. On those cold winter days, when you're in here bare feet, you have heated floors. All right. We also have a shower, and a shower is never complete without the shower bench, right? Great concept for, just relaxing and taking a shower. If you've had a long day or you had a hard workout, or you came back from a long run, just sit, get off your feet, relax. Okay, a little towel holder, equipment on the wall, and toilet. And we actually have a third, this wouldn't necessarily be a closet. This is, I guess, for storing towels, linen, etc. Okay. So now that we've toured every single corner of this 7,800 square foot home, let's talk about the price. Now, the price for this home is $3.1 million. So let me know down below in the comments how close you were to that figure. Were you under that amount by a couple million? Were you over by a couple million? Let me know down below in the comments. And also let me know your thoughts about this home in general. I'm also curious to hear that. I mean, I'll tell you my thoughts. I really love the concept of having the main bedroom on the main level. I know that's a concept that you either love it or you hate it. I don't think there's an in-between, kind of feeling to having the main bedroom position on the main level. So let me know how you feel about that. Another thing I also admired about this property is, which is quite obvious, is the acreage that it sits on. Roughly over 2 acres. That's just the perfect amount of acreage for people who love, the outdoors. And if you have kids and if you're going to be hosting a lot, it just seems to be so ideal. As far as any downsides, off the top of my head right now, I can't really pinpoint anything that I would change. Maybe if I walk through the home again and be really nitpicky, I might find a thing or two. But if there's anything about this home that you would change, feel free to share that below. So this was definitely one of those homes that I really enjoyed taking a look at. There's just something about this home. It's just so peaceful. I believe it's a combination of the layout, the aesthetic, and everything else in between. Hope you enjoyed the tour just like I did. Remember, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home just like this one or any other home within the DC region, Maryland and Virginia included, at all price points, you could always reach out to me. We'll be honored to help you out on that journey. All my contact details are down below in the description and also pinned in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next neighborhood.